You know your course is awesome. You thought you did everything right, but sales just weren't what you expected. So in this video, I'm going to cover the 3 reasons why your course launch flopped and how to fix it, the secret to launching the experts don't tell you, and also I'm going to give you the decision checklist, what your buyer needs to know before saying yes. And so you won't have a failed launch next time. So there are 3 reasons why course sales fail, why your launch flopped. It could be the offer, your messaging, or your funnel. So first I'm going to talk about the offer. And by offer, I mean people are giving you money in exchange for something you're giving them. That's your offer. Here's an example of an offer that's unclear. So unlock your potential, discover how to tap in your inner greatness and live your best life. Like, I don't know what problem you're solving here, but I don't think I want to unlock my potential. And potential for what? Is it business? Is it my personal life? Like, it's just vague. The offer is completely unclear, and you're probably not going to sell a whole lot of courses with this kind of sales page. So here is an example of a very clear offer. Confident on camera. Go from nervous to natural in 30 days. Master the skills to speak clearly, connect with your audience, and show up like a pro. No fancy equipment or past experience needed. By reading this, I can see that somebody is going from nervous to natural. So the transformation they're receiving by taking this course is so obvious to me. They're going from point A, nervous, to natural, point B. So this is a really good offer here. So next, the offer could be unwanted. It could be that you're trying to solve a problem that your people don't even know they have. Build a purpose-driven career path. Did I know I need that? I'm not sure. Design a meaningful professional journey aligned with your values and strength. It's vague. Like, I don't know who this is for. I don't think I need a purpose-driven career path. I just want a job. So here's a good example. Land the job you want in the next 60 days. From resume tweaks to interview prep. Learn how to stand out and get offers without applying to 100 jobs. That's super clear. So we don't need to get all cutesy in the description on your sales page. It just needs to say exactly what the transformation they're going to be receiving by giving you money in exchange for taking this course. So here's the 3rd example. The offer is unvalidated. And this is common where you might have created a course and then you go out and try to find an audience. What the good way to do it would be to get your audience to tell you what they want from you, what course they want you to build. But unfortunately, a lot of people will just build a course and then go find their audience. So what you end up is an unvalidated offer. You've created something that people aren't asking for. So it doesn't mean it's totally a waste. So master time blocking to maximize your productivity. Learn how to structure your day using time blocks so you can stay organized and get more done. But really, if I don't have any time, I don't want to master time blocking. I just want more time. I want to be more productive, sure, but this doesn't look like something I want to take. So if it's just reworded, it's not total, the course is not crap, it's not over. It just needs to be presented in a different way. So how about this? Finish what you start, a time management system for people who feel constantly behind. Ditch the endless to-do and feel in control of your day using a simple daily structure. That sounds like something that a person who feels constantly behind may purchase. They're never going to purchase something that says maximize your productivity, but they may purchase something that says finish what you start, a time management system, etc. So this is an example of a really good offer. So there are 3 reasons again why your launch flopped: your offer, your messaging, or your sales funnel. So next we have messaging. And by messaging, I mean the way you communicate the value of your course. If people don't see the value of what you're offering, they're not going to be purchasing it. So you need to show them it's valuable, and you can't assume that they know it's valuable. You're probably going to be presenting your messaging in various ways. On the course title, in your social media, on your sales page, everywhere you talk about your course is your messaging. So here is an example of course titles gone wrong. The Level Up Academy, what is that? Design your dream year ahead. Awaken your inner creative genius. That's pretty vague. I don't really know what this is for. Is this, you mean in my business, in my artwork? I'm not sure. And design your dream year ahead. That's just like vague and broad. It's not narrow, specific, focused. What would make a good course title is something that is not trying to be clever or inspirational, but instead it's just transformational. So when you're selling an offer, you're actually selling them a transformation. You're not selling the course, your program. You're not selling them coaching. You're selling a transformation. You're going to hear me say the word transformation over and over because it's transformation. Explaining the transformation is what people are going to see as valuable in their life, and they're going to want to pay money for that. So your person reading this course title, the person on your social media that you're trying to attract, is living their life at point A. And what your program is doing is bringing them to point B. Point B is the transformation, the place where they really want to be. Now your course, your program, your coaching is bringing them there. So you want to, instead of talking about your course, which is the mistake that a lot of amateur copywriters make, they talk about their course instead of the transformation. So in all of these, you're going to notice that the answer is talk about the transformation. So here, the fix is to make the transformation obvious. So here's a good one. Get paid to speak on stages. I know exactly what I'm going to get. I know that when I take this course, I'm going to learn. I'm not going to learn. I'm going to actually get paid to speak on stage. Create and sell your first digital product. Start your consulting business from scratch. All these are transformational course titles, and these are really good. So next we have the sales page headlines. Here one's gone wrong. Master the art of digital marketing. Learn everything there's to know about nutrition. Talk about overwhelming. Unlock secrets of a successful entrepreneurs. But why? Why do I want to know that? So these are just not transformational headlines. So back here, we had just the name of the course that were just not transformational. But here, this is actually the headline of the sales page, not the course title. So again, the fix, let's make the transformation obvious. Get your first client in 30 days without a big following. That's a great sales page headline. Ditch diet confusion and build a sustainable meal plan that actually works. That is so much better than learn everything there's to know about nutrition. Not only is that not believable, but I don't want to know everything there's to know, and I don't think you can teach me everything there's to know. Write website copy that turns browsers into buyers. These are all really good sales page headlines. So next place you probably are using messaging is in your course description. And again, messaging means you're sharing the value of what you're offering. So all the words that you use to describe the value of your program are messaging, is kind of the big picture of what we call it in digital marketing terms. So if somebody says why your course didn't sell, it's because your messaging was off. What they're saying is that the people reading your copy, and the copy are the words on your sales page, the people reading that copy aren't seeing the value in what you're offering. So that's called bad messaging. So here's some more bad messaging. Your course description. So on your sales page, you're probably saying, here's what's in module 1, here's what's in module 2, etc. So here's a section. In this module, you'll get access to a pre-built content calendar template. I'll walk you through how to fill it in for business. You'll also get examples of weekly posting schedules. But what's lacking here is like, why do I need these things? These are all features of what's in the course, but there's no discussion of why I need these things. If you're going to turn a feature into a benefit, it's pretty easy by saying you'll also get examples of weekly posting schedules and then add a little phrase afterward, so that, and everything that comes after so that is a benefit of this feature that you're offering. So that's a quick fix way to make this course description a little better. Here's some examples of some good ones. Eliminate the daily stress of not knowing what to post. So that's actually a benefit right there. By the end of this module, your next 30 days of content will be outlined with clear topics that match your offers. Now that's the transformational statement. So that's really good to see inside the description of a module. The content plan will help you stay visible, relevant, and move your audience toward a purchase. Total benefit transformation. This is good. So the last place I'll talk about where messaging is being used is probably in your social media. So here's some examples of some bad social media posts. My course is now open. It's packed with 12 video lessons, worksheets, and a bonus masterclass on personal branding. Enroll now to get instant access. And this is probably written because you might feel like you're posting and posting about your course, your program, and you think that you've posted so much about it, all you have to do is say, it's now open. But whenever you have 10 posts, it's likely that the people following you are just going to see one or two of your posts. They're not going to see all of them. So every time you make a social media post, you want to make it about the transformation. Cool to say your course is now open, but maybe add a line about what they're going to get by enrolling in it. Here it just talks about, what's included, 12 video lessons, worksheets, bonus masterclass. Those are all things, those are contents, those are the syllabus of the course. It's not the transformation. So there's no hook here, no reason for me to probably even click on your link in bio and see what your course is about. Here's another bad social media post. Just finished filming module 3 of my course about business growth strategies. Can't wait for you to dive in. And it's all about the creator. It's all about you. It's not about the person reading it. What's in it for them? So that's really important to talk about. Next, another bad post. This course walks you through every step of starting a coaching business. We cover business planning, tech setup, brand new basics, over 10 lessons and 3 modules included. So it's very, robot-y. There's no emotional connection, no transformation listed at all, actually, in any of these. So you're getting the idea. This is pretty obvious that these are bad posts. So here's some pretty good one. Most new coaches start by offering the wrong thing. This course helps you figure out what your clients actually want, outline a focused offer, and price so it's easy to say yes. That's a benefit-driven statement. You'll set up an intake form, calendar, and payment links so you're ready to book and deliver sessions. That's like a forward-thinking statement. I can picture that I've already done this, and it seems super simple, and now I can begin delivering sessions. I'm reading this and thinking, I could probably do this. And so this is a pretty good social post. Remember, we had offer and messaging. Now we're on sales funnel. So this is the third reason your course sales weren't what you expected. So your sales funnel was weak. Now, in a sales funnel, there are 3 parts to it: awareness, trust, and decision-making. And a person has to go through all 3 of these in order to find the value in purchasing from you, anything from you. Even if it's just a $10 product, they're going to need to go through all these stages. So the first stage is awareness. And that means they're aware of who you are. They may not be aware of your offer, but they know what you do and what you stand for and maybe your credentials. Now, the problem I see when your readers are still in the aware stage, that you assume they're ready to buy when they just learned your name. And by that, I mean, I'll see an opt-in page and people will opt in, they'll get their freebie. And then in that email or the very next email, they're already pitching their $9.97 course. And the person just learned who you are. They're nowhere near ready to purchase from you. I mean, you don't go looking for something online, land on someone's website and instantly want to buy from them. You really need to, learn more about them. You need to trust them in order to be able to purchase. So you skip right past the problem and jump into the solution. That's another thing I see in the awareness stage, is that in order for someone to stick around once they become aware of you, is that you have presented their problem in a way that they feel that you might kind of understand where they're coming from. And if you instead are just about, hey, buy my course, then they're just going to think you're a salesman. You're not somebody who understands their problem. And even though they may be aware of you at this point, they're not going to buy from you. So that also goes into the trust area. And that's a little bit of what I was talking about. That people, they really need to see your teaching in motion. You understand their problem better than they do themselves, and then they automatically assume that you are also the person who is best going to be the person to help them solve their problem. So if you can show them through your copy how you understand where they're coming from, you understand their problem, and to do that, you repeat their problem back to them. I can see that your course flopped and you're frustrated with it. I mean, I'm repeating the problem back. And then right there, you might perk up because you're like, oh, this person understands where I'm coming from. Obviously, I just expand on that, but you get the idea from there. So they need to be able to trust that you understand their problem and that you are the best person to solve their problem before they're able to come to the decision-making process. So now that they're on the decision-making process, they're on your sales page, and here's a problem I see, is that there's just a countdown timer there. And a lot of people these days are, more digital marketing savvy, and they know that if that countdown timer expires, they can just come back in 3 months, open a different browser, whatever. They can bypass that countdown timer. So I could tell you that that's not a good thing to just rely on. Think that if someone sees a countdown, they're going to feel urgency, and that's the only urgency they're going to need to be able to take action. But what they really need is discussion about their problem. If you stay in this problem too long, you're going to have this, lifelong problem. So if you continue to say, I'm going to start a side business, to accompany my current job because I can't wait to get out of my current job. So I'm going to start this side business, but you keep putting it off and putting it off. Next thing you know, it's been 10 years and you still haven't started that side business. Imagine if you started it today, where you'd be in 10 years. You see how I presented, what could happen in 10 years if you didn't solve this problem? I mean, we could, rub in a little more about what happens in 10 years, etc. But you're getting the general idea that relying on just the countdown timer, instead of talking more about the problem and what happens if they stay in the problem, is really what is going to drive more urgency and more sales. So I'm hoping you see by learning about failing in the offer, the messaging, the sales funnel, some things that could be fixed that you can do in your next launch. And next is the secret to launching. The experts don't tell you. And probably when you launch this time, or even if you've launched multiple times, you learn something. And with every launch, you receive the success you deserve or the lesson that you needed. So with every launch, you're going to learn something. You're going to get some successes as you go on, I hope, but you're going to learn something every time. And even someone who's been in business for 20 years, they're learning something every time. And that's what they don't tell you. They haven't mastered launching. They really haven't, because marketing is continually changing. AI is around now, and just things are constantly changing. You're always going to be learning. You're never going to build a perfect launch and think, oh, now I'm just going to repeat that every time. You're going to have to still make small tweaks little by little as time goes on. Things are just going to continue to change, and marketing is just about testing and refining. So that's the secret that you're just not going to hear from everywhere. And finally, I want to give you the decision checklist, what your buyer needs to know before saying yes. And I'll put these also in the notes below the video in the description. Number one, is this for me? Is your messaging specific enough that your ideal buyer can see themselves in your offer instantly? Number two, can this really work for me? They need to make sure that this is answered before they're able to buy. Are you addressing their internal doubts and showing proof, not just features? Number three, why now? Why the urgency? Have you created a sense of urgency or relevance so they don't push the decision off? Those are the three decision checklists that your buyer needs to know before saying yes. And in the next video, I'm going to cover the sales page headline formula that works every time. So if you're interested in that, be sure and subscribe. Thanks.